Read, read. Read everything, trash, classics, good and bad, and see how they do it. Just like a carpenter who works as an apprentice and studies the master. Read. You'll absorb it. Then write. If it's good, you'll find out. If it's not, throw it out of the window. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. We must be free not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it. The past is never dead. It's not even past. Always dream and shoot higher than you know you can do. Do not bother just to be better than your contemporaries or predecessors. Try to be better than yourself. Given the choice between the experience of pain and nothing, I would choose pain. I give you the mausoleum of all hope and desire. I give it to you not that you may remember time, but that you might forget it now and then for a moment and not spend all of your breath trying to conquer it. Because no battle is ever won, he said. They are not even fought. The field only reveals to man his own folly and despair, and victory is an illusion of philosophers and fools. In writing, you must kill all your darlings. The saddest thing about love, Joe, is that not only the love cannot last forever, but even the heartbreak is soon forgotten. Perhaps they were right putting love into books. Perhaps it could not live anywhere else. How often have I lain beneath rain on a strange roof, thinking of home? Talk, 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 the utter and heartbreaking stupidity of words. Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth and compassion against injustice and lying and greed. If people all over the world would do this, it would change the earth. Don't be a writer. Be writing. Memory believes before knowing remembers. Believes longer than recollects, longer than knowing even wonders. I'm bad and I'm going to hell, and I don't care. I'd rather be in hell than anywhere where you are. I feel like a wet seed wild in the hot blind earth. Clocks slay time, time is dead as long as it is being clicked off by little wheels, only when the clock stops does time come to life. You don't love because you love despite, not for the virtues, but despite the faults. If a story is in you, it has to come out. Dreams have only one owner at a time. That's why dreamers are lonely. Wonder. Go on and wonder. He had a word, too. Love, he called it. But I had been used to words for a long time. I knew that that word was like the others, just a shape to fill a lack, that when the right time came, you wouldn't need a word for that any more than for pride or fear. One day I was talking to Cora. She prayed for me because she believed I was blind to sin, wanting me to kneel and pray too, because people to whom sin is just a matter of words, to them salvation is just words too. She was bored. She loved, had capacity to love, for love, to give and accept love. Only she tried twice and failed twice to find somebody not just strong enough to deserve it, earn it, match it, but even brave enough to accept it. I decline to accept the end of man. It is easy enough to say that man is immortal simply because he will endure, that when the last ding-dong of doom has clanged and faded from the last worthless rock hanging tideless in the last red and dying evening, that even then there will still be one more sound, that of his puny inexhaustible voice, still talking. I refuse to accept this. I believe that man will not merely endure, he will prevail. He is immortal, not because he alone among creatures has an inexhaustible voice, but because he has a soul, a spirit capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance. The poets, the writers' duty is to write about these things. It is his privilege to help man endure by lifting his heart, by reminding him of the courage and honor and hope and pride and compassion and pity and sacrifice which have been the glory of his past. The poet's voice need not merely be the record of man, it can be one of the props, the pillars to help him endure and prevail. Once a bitch, always a bitch, what I say. Pouring out liquor is like burning books. It's a shame that the only thing a man can do for 8 hours a day is work. He can't eat for 8 hours, he can't drink for 8 hours, he can't make love for 8 hours. The only thing a man can do for 8 hours is work. You can't beat women anyhow, and that if you are wise or dislike trouble and uproar, you don't even try to. The next time you try to seduce anyone, don't do it with talk, with words. Women know more about words than men ever will. And they know how little they can ever possibly mean.